Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to start. I think it's pretty much on the hour. So thank you very much for coming. And I think we've got some lovely things to share tonight or today. So let's just do as we always do, take those nice slow breaths and bring that peaceful feeling into our bodies. And let's listen for our heartbeat. We know that's our wonderful gift of life coming from our I Am Presence. Feel the heartbeat in the center of our chest. And we can see that heartbeat, that wonderful pulse of light, getting brighter and brighter. And then let's just visualize right in the center of our chest, that sun of light. And just as Saint Germain suggests, we make it as dazzling and brilliant as our noonday sun. So as we know, the brilliance of that noonday sun is so bright. So let's just place that same feeling and vision in our chest of that beautiful sun, because that is just how bright and brilliant our I Am Presence is in our physical body. And let's just see that sun getting brighter and brighter, and those rays leaving the sun, connecting up with all the smaller suns in every cell of our body, every cell, atom, and electron. Within that conscious and intelligent little inner worker is that brilliant blazing light. And we can see that our bodies feel and become this dazzling light. Let's just sense and feel the change in vibration as we visualize it and call forth that light. Your dazzling light, loving to be called into action. And we see now that light leaving our physical body as such, through each and every pore in our skin, connecting up with all the points of light in our etheric body, which we know as our soul, our memory body, causing it to become blazing light. And then it goes further into our mental body, extending at least 2 feet, if not more, and interpenetrating with our physical body, extending out from our physical body, our mental body, the receiver of the divine ideas from our I Am Presence, the divine plan, the understanding. And now we see it going further afield into our emotional body, the feelings, those wonderful feelings. And we just see our bodies, this beautiful blazing light. And now we're just going to send love and gratitude out to the world. So we just put into our minds whatever makes us feel most grateful. Grateful for our loved ones. Grateful first and foremost to our I Am Presence for our life. Every thought, feeling, word, and action is the light coming down, is the energy from our I Am Presence, which we have free will to use, our great gift of life. Love and gratitude for all our earthly blessings. So many wonderful gifts that we receive daily. our friends, our loved ones, the roof over our heads, our food, all the blessings of nature, the earth, the water, the air, and the fire elementals. Just blessings and love to each and every one. The great ascended hosts that ceaselessly serve us with so much love. They overlight us on our earthly journeys. And just gratitude to the great angelic kingdom, the beloved angels. God bless them, each and every blessed one. And as we feel this gratitude in our hearts, we see our sun and our earthly bodies becoming this deep shade of pink with that golden radiance. And we're just going to send it out now to bless all life. As far as our mind's eye can see, we send out those rays. They go through and they bless the walls that surround us, our roofs, our loved ones. They go further afield into our neighborhoods, our cities. That blanket of pink and golden light, which envelops our entire planet as we connect up all over the world with this lattice of light filled with that feeling of love and gratitude for life. So let's just visualize that now as we send it out to bless the world that has so blessed us. We just give thanks to the angels for maintaining and sustaining it and filling us with that feeling of love and gratitude. And now we're going to read the opening invocation. And beloved Gary has said he's willing to read it. Thank you so much, beloved Gary, because mainly it's Terry that reads. So because Terry's away at the moment. So Gary's going to read for us. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome. Good morning, everyone. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb all that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kuthumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself, and there instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, Gary. And right, so we've got tonight, Donna's going to continue reading, and it's the last bit from Mysteries of the Yellowstone, that chapter. And then we've got gold, its creation and importance in the golden age. This is actually from the Magic Presence from beloved Saint Germain. So that's in a video. So it's a nice thing for us to understand. I think some of you might have already watched it, but it's a good thing for us to understand it. It's such a gift. And then beloved Delia's stepping in for Terry. Thank you so much, Delia. And it's a lovely one from beloved Serapis Bay, called to the mighty seraphim. And then I'm going to read the beloved sun god Krishna. And then blessed Antoinette's going to read, finish us, take us into the end with our decrees. And then we've got videos in between and things. Anyway, so let's get started with beloved Donna. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you, Anthea. Good morning. Hello, everyone. God bless you all. So we're doing the last part of chapter 4, Mysteries of the Yellowstone. And this came after Saint Germain had taken Godfrey to the chamber where he revealed the 3 bodies that had been preserved for over 70,000 years. At that moment, a dazzling light and tremendous power surged through me, and my God self spoke. Great Master of light, parent, brother, and friend, O mighty Son of God, thou hast indeed an everlasting love, and through it thou hast attained thy well-deserved eternal peace and mastery over the 5 lower kingdoms. The great God self in these children thou lovest so well shall soon come forth in full conscious dominion to give every assistance thou hast so long desired. For each of God's children has a service to perform, which none but he may give. I call forth the great light from the very heart of God to bless you forever. As these words were spoken, a great shaft of light blazed forth, filling the chamber with points of brilliant prismatic colors. They darted everywhere in the room, and all became a blaze of rainbow light, pulsing with life. See, my son, said Saint Germain, how perfectly you can let the great God self express. You shall soon be able to do this consciously and at will, whenever you desire. Notice the stalactite effect on the ceiling and the silver white appearance of the walls. They are all made of precipitated substance, and the room is maintained at the same comfortable temperature at all times. We crossed to the far end of the chamber and stood before a polished archway in the wall. Saint Germain placed his hand upon it, and a door opened, disclosing the wonderful white metal equipment for making the records. In the age we are now entering, he continued, much equipment will be brought into humanity's use that has been preserved, and so will not have to come through either the avenue of invention or discovery. How is it, I asked, that everything in this retreat and the mines is kept so free from dust and the ventilation so good? That, he explained, is very simple. The ascended masters use the same force to cleanse and ventilate by which they produce heat, light, and power. The emanation from any one of them as they pass through the mines or chambers instantly consumes all unnecessary substance. It is nearing the 2nd morning since leaving your body, and we must now return. We passed through the audience chamber, out of the door at the left of the tube, and stood once more under the light of the stars. We came back to my room quickly, and a moment later, I was again in my body. Saint Germain stood beside me, holding out the familiar crystal cup, filled this time with an amber-colored liquid. I drank it and felt the vivifying effects pass through every cell of my body. Now sleep as long as you can, he said, and disappeared from sight. I must have slept soundly, for I awakened many hours later, completely refreshed, my body renewed in strength and power.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, beloved Donna. And I know I always gives me a thrill to think of all these wonderful inventions that are there waiting. And I know, coming into manifestation now, as we move swiftly forward into this golden age. So it's all very exciting. And I think a lot of them are being revealed now. So it's just amazing. So now we're going to listen to this. It's not long, but it's just lovely for us to understand gold, more about gold from Saint Germain.
We shall now enter the earth, where I shall not only reveal the great deposit of gold of which I told you, but the way the God of nature and the God of gold work together in perfect harmony to produce the precious metal that mankind intuitively loves to use for service and adornment. When I speak of the God of gold and the God of nature, I mean the pure and perfect intelligent beings that handle the forces in these realms and direct them consciously. The God of nature draws and directs the magnetic currents of the earth, and through intelligent manipulation produces certain definite results in and upon our planet. This activity is real, exact, and is performed according to law, as accurately as a chemist works in his laboratory. The God of gold draws, manipulates, and directs the electronic currents from our physical sun. These currents are drawn within the earth's crust to a certain depth, as ribbons are sometimes drawn through lace. This tremendously concentrated electronic energy, by being combined with the magnetic force from within the crust of the earth, reacts upon it in such a way as to slow down the rate of vibration. The radiation from gold is absorbed by both plants and human beings and utilized for many purposes. As I mentioned to you once before during your experiences in Unveiled Mysteries, the emanation from gold is a powerful, purifying, and energizing action within the human body and in nature. In all golden ages, the metallic form of gold was in common use by the mass of mankind, and during these periods their spiritual development reached a very high point of attainment. One reason for the chaos of the present time is because the gold in the commercial world is being hoarded, instead of being allowed to flow freely among mankind and carry its balancing, purifying, energizing activity into the commercial life of the race. The hoarding of gold in great quantities means an accumulation of inner force, which, if not released within a certain time, will release itself by the overcharge of its own tremendous inner power. Saint Germain then drew me closer into his radiance, and the inner activity of the earth was revealed. Before us stood two transcendently radiant beings, one drawing and directing the magnetic currents of the earth, and the other those of the gold which had been formed within the earth's crust. The one whom he called the God of nature was a being of glorious beauty and power. His body was fully 6 feet in height and clothed in garments of green, gold, and pink. They looked as if they were made of a self-luminous substance. An aura of intense blue surrounded his head, and rays of light poured forth from the heart, head, and hands. The ray from the right hand was green, and that from the left pink, those from the head and heart being white and gold respectively. The being whom Saint Germain called the God of Gold was enveloped by such a dazzling golden light that it took several seconds before I could look at it steadily enough to see further detail. His garments, too, were of light substance, but the rays that extended from the head and hands were of fiery gold. The rays from the heart, blazing white, and the aura, which extended fully a foot around the head, looked as if made of single rays of white lightning. The existence of gold, Saint Germain continued, in white quartz is its purest formation within the earth at the present time, the white quartz being the residue, so to speak, from the magnetic currents, and the metallic gold being the lowered rate of the electronic substance from the sun. This is the reason for its being spoken of occasionally as a precipitated sun ray. That phrase is nearer the truth of what actually takes place than men dream. Now watch. Here the two beings directed the rays of light through their hands to a cavity in the rocks, into which a small quantity of gold had run through a connecting fissure when in the molten state, evidently caused through volcanic action. The intense heat had sealed the fissure with molten granite, thus hiding the entire vein leading into the cavity. This particular ore body, he continued, at its highest point is about 200 feet below the surface. From a geological standpoint, it could not and would not have been discovered. After you return from the Far East, it will be opened up, and one day the ore will be used for a special purpose, so that mankind may be blessed and enlightened. We continued to watch these two beings as their projection of the light rays caused the gold within the cavity to expand and glow, as plants do in sunlight.
Okay, good. So we know, I know quite a few of us have been, we've known that this is going to happen. That it's definitely being planned, and it's being planned right now at the moment. So I think it's imminent. We're not going to have to wait for years and years and years for this to come forth for all of us, this gold-backed currency, and releasing us from that sort of slavery system that we've found ourselves in. Okay, so this is from Beloved Saint Germain, and I found it from the Magic Presence, and I just thought it was really a lovely thing to share. So the Ascended Master always points each one to two things. First, the individual must look unto his own divinity, God, the mighty I Am Presence, for all good, keeping his attention upon it and giving it his first and greatest love. Second, he must harmonize his feelings by pouring out divine love as a force to bless everywhere. The person who will do so, these great beings will give assistance without limit, for they work only and always through the divine self of the individual. The mighty I Am Presence does all things when there is no longer any obstruction between the human and the master self, for the outer is raised into the same vibratory action as the inner light. So we know that is our goal, as we just do our best to use the violet flame and transmute the cause of what makes us feel inharmonious. Okay, so beloved Delia, now thank you so much, Delia. You're going to read today from beloved Serapis Bay.
Thank you, Anthea. Good evening, good day. Greetings, everybody. Can you hear me, Anthea?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay, because it was going and coming and going earlier on, but it seems to have settled now. Okay. Call to the mighty seraphim. Beloved Mahat Chohan, my beloved children, I dedicate this bulletin to the ascension flame, upon which one day you shall all arise into your own ascension in the light. The following address was given by my beloved son, Chohan of the Fourth Ray, beloved Serapis, at the transmission class of April 18th, 1959. Ponder on his words, accept his promise, use this ascension flame and his personal assistance daily, particularly during the 30-day period between April the 15th through May the 14th, 1959, and become co-workers with him in ascending consciously to your very own I Am Presence. That was on April the 26th, 1959. So this is the reading, transmission class, April the 18th. Beloved Serapis speaks. Beloved and blessed ones, seeking the way toward the ascension in the light, it is always a privilege and an honor in the extreme to come into the midst of such aspiring souls and to charge my courage and feeling of the possibility of the ascension into your feeling worlds, your minds, your etheric consciousness, so that you know in every fiber and cell of your being that the ascension is not only a possibility, but the ultimate goal of victorious God accomplishment for you, every member of mankind, every imprisoned angel and elemental, using the earth as a schoolroom in the past, in the present, or in the future. Easy enough it is to cognize the powers of the ascension of the beloved ascended Master Jesus wherein the glamour of the ages has covered over the agonies of the cross, and nearly 2,000 years have been spent in building up the beautiful ceremonies of the Christian dispensation. But let me ask you, are you deep in our heart convinced that the ascension in the light is possible for you in this embodiment? When the call comes from your own I am presence to return home, are you ready? No. I can see those who love it, who believe in the power of the ascension of saintly people like beloved Jesus, but have within themselves either an earth pull, and who are interested yet in unsaturated appetites of the senses, an earth pull refusing to let go of members of their own household, or a sense of unworthiness to achieve that victory in this embodiment. This is all a negative force, which I, with my own hands, with the power of the seraphim, which I invoke today, sweep away, sweep away, sweep away from your minds, bodies, beings, worlds, and affairs, so that when your call comes, like beloved Jesus, you are able in dignity to accept that call from your own I am presence for the blessing of your fellow man, and to leave a record of living light in the energy and substance which you have used on this earth plane for those who are your contemporaries, as well as those who will follow after you. How many of the aspects of the cosmic law are accepted intellectually? Some are too young in body, although not in soul, and they want to enjoy the pleasure of the senses for a time. Some have lived long and are weary because of the disappointments and disillusionments along life's way, and having been extremely honest in the scrutiny of their own soul's progress, are bowed down with an unnecessary sense of defeat. Beloved ones, every member of the Ascended Master retreat at Luxor is a being who has accepted in every cell and atom that the ascension, the goal pointed out by God Himself for every one of His children, is not only possible, but is an actual, practical manifestation which can occur at the close of this earth's life. Surely your ascension will not be as ostentatious as that of the beloved Ascended Master Jesus. The outer world is in such a condition that its peoples today would think they were seeing spaceships all over the planet if you began visibly rising in light, and meteors galore would be recorded by the foolish. Mary, Holy Mother of our beloved our beloved Master Jesus Himself, gained her ascension in quietude, and so have many of your beloved ones, having passed through the necessary funeral ceremonies of this so-called civilized age, when we stood by and removed from the recumbent form the living light. Into that glorious electronic I am presence they have gone, enjoying that eternal freedom which our beloved brother Elmira has promised in return for your service to the light. You sometimes think that merely saying a decree or singing songs or wiping the platform is not part of the very pathway towards your ascension. I tell you that every movement you make, every thought you think, every feeling you have, and constructive, positive action that you give to assist the upward-reaching progress of the entire race is building into your causal body that required momentum of good, so that your loved ones, at the close of their embodiments, never have to come to this earth again, never have to work out destructive karma in distorted bodies and confused souls. You yourself can and shall have the ascension at the close of this earth life. For this I live, I move, I have my being. For this I forswore nirvana. For this I came from Atlantis, carrying the ascension flame in that frail bark across the great sea, breathing upon it the life, breath and love of my heart. For this did I encompass, all those that were with me in that small boat in my love, invoking the purifying action of the beloved violet fire, so that any untransmuted karma among my confreres might not hold us back unduly, knowing full well, as did the high priest in every boat, that there was only so long a time, measured in the octave in which you abide, before the final cataclysmic action would take place, and the heart of Poseidonus itself should sink beneath the waves of the present Atlantic Ocean. Thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Delia. So I just wanted to fill in there. So where he says that, and your loved ones, at the close of this life one, and your loved ones, because that was the great gift from our beloved Archangel Michael, where he got that dispensation that our loved ones, our close loved ones, 4 generations back of the dedicated Cheelers would be given that great gift where they wouldn't have to necessarily come back again into physical embodiment. They would be taken into the octaves of light, and they're given the necessary instruction so they could purify their karma and do their ascension. And so that was where Archangel Michael then had to step up his service from 20 of our earth hours, which is, as we know, in their octave there is no time, but in our earth time, 20 to 22 hours of our earthly time. So that was really a huge, huge gift from beloved Archangel Michael, really trying to encourage the Cheelers to stay the course. All right, now we're going to listen to beloved Amira, and she is really close to our hearts in South Africa. Well, certainly to Norman and mine too. I'm sure a lot of us know about Amira. She's a beautiful girl, and she was actually born in Holland, but she now lives in South Africa here. And she is just like an angel. She has this voice, which is quite out of the ordinary. She was obviously really a gift for humanity. And as Norman reminds me, he says, that we were told that there will be beings coming on Earth will raise the vibration of the planet. And I have no doubt that she is one of these wonderful beings. So I'm going to play, we're going to listen to her now singing. This was where she really got famous, but she was only 9 years old. And then next week, I'm going to play a contemporary one. She's now 18. I think she might even be 19 now. And the other thing about Amira is that she's such a humble, blessed soul. And she contributes a lot of her earnings to building playgrounds for the children, the ones that don't have children, the poor children here in South Africa particularly, because when she went and visited these townships and things, she saw the children didn't have anywhere to play. So she she's such a beloved. So if you listen to some of her, what she talks about, it's just lovely. There's quite a lot about Amira. And if you take the anagram of her name, it's I am Ra. And we know that Ra is another word for God. So I often think about that too. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I think it's lovely. And she's such a lovely, humble, wonderful girl.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Amira Willighagen, zeg ik dat goed?
Ja,
Hoe oud ben jij?
ik ben 9 jaar.
Zo. En wat ga je doen?
Ik ga een liedje zingen.
En is dat zomaar een liedje of is dat iets bijzonders?
Nou, eigenlijk is het een operaliedje.
Een opera?
Ja.
Oh. Hoezo ben jij opera gaan zingen?
Nou, het begon met Koninginnedag. Mijn broer Vincent, die speelt viool.
Ja.
En ik wou ook graag iets doen. Dus ik dacht van, ik ga maar wat zingen. Ik zoekte op YouTube een liedje. En toen hoorde ik operaliedjes. Die vond ik heel erg mooi.
Ja.
En toen ben ik die gaan zingen. En ja.
Wauw. Wat bijzonder.
En nu sta je hier.
Ja, ik had echt eerder verwacht dat je iets van K3 zou gaan doen of zo. Maar dat vind je niks.
Nee.
Welk liedje ga je zingen?
Het liedje O mio Bambino Caro.
O mio Bambino Caro. Nou, Amira,
Ja?
ik ben zo nieuwsgierig hoe dit klinkt. Heb ik oordopjes nodig of kan het zo veilig? Hè?
Het is veilig.
Het is veilig. Goed zo. Heel goed. Take it away. Ga je gang. Niet te geloven, echt.
Staande ovatie. Gefeliciteerd.
Okay, so beloved Amira, and that was her first one, and she went on to win Holland's Got Talent. She's just such an angel, a true angel. Anyway, so now we're going to read our wonderful decree that we do every week, helping our brothers and sisters caught in the psychic and astral realm. So we say this with all the intensity of our being. Beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that then when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the lords of karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection, and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. A wonderful opportunity to make the calls. So now I'm going to read from Friendship with the Gods, which we know was all part of the Bridge to Freedom dispensation. And it's from beloved Krishna, the beloved sun god. Divine complement is his beloved Sophia. And we read from Sophia not so long ago. Whoops, I've got Hail on the wrong line there, but doesn't matter. So he says to us, "Hail, children of earth. I, Krishna, bring you greetings from the beloved Sophia and all in our galaxy, which is immediately above yours in the universe. As the currents of light have been flowing to your planet these several years as a result of your calls to the planet Venus, you have been tuning in by our radiation. You have been tuning in by radiation to our sun, and your vehicles have been accelerated to accept the vibratory action which is ours. When one places his attention upon some condition, place, or thing, he immediately ties into that upon which his mind has been directed. While you have not specifically tuned your attention to our sun, you have become acquainted with us through the radiation of the planet Venus, which you know came forth from the hearts of mighty Sophia and myself. Long before the channeling of the light activity from the 3 planets, Venus, Uranus, and Mars, you were being prepared eons ago for a compatibility with our galaxy. Through the dedication of the patient and loving Sanat Kumara. And we know our beloved Sanat Kumara came and saved our beloved Earth from dissolution all those millions of years ago. God bless his mighty loving heart. Great beings through the ages have been the blueprint of the future, knowing that the Earth would one day move into the orbit and radiation of Venus. We began preparing you for that move after you enter Uranus, whose vibratory action is akin to Venus. Venus will be the second transition in the great plan of creation. Perhaps this will give you an idea of the far-reaching activities of the Illuminati, that's obviously the divine ones, that dwell in heaven's realms. I have a part, as you can well realize, in the in-breath which the suns will take, which will draw the planet closer to our hearts. And this action will transpire in the not too distant future. So I shall undertake to further familiarize your consciousness with the vibratory action of our sun. Tremendous are the plans and the design held in the heart of beloved Immaculata, the glorious silent watcher for this system. Every planet is being attuned for the time when the cosmic edict goes forth, and that all the suns shall take the great in-breath which is ordained by cosmic law. Now, please do not speculate, do not calculate when this will occur. The plans of the Almighty are too complex for the consciousness which the cheetahs have reached thus far, albeit the expansion has been commendable. But the important edict of the hour is for the cheetahs and mankind that maintaining harmony is of prime importance to restore your earth to the vibratory action which is necessary to bring about this move with the greatest facility. The releasing of the essence of harmony is required of all mankind. And the more harmony which flows through their beings, the greater the expression of this Christ self. Always remember that as the golden being expands its light, that human self, the self decreases. So in other words, the human self, and this takes place as you recognize and give power to the supreme source from which all light flows into all our hearts. So there we're being again told the great importance of maintaining the harmony, the divine love. And now we're going to sing a lovely song. It's got a strange title. It's called A Toast, but it is a beautiful song, not a long one, but a lovely song, and lovely to really contemplate the words as we sing it. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, thank you. So that was a short and very sweet song. Thank you so much, beloved Ant. You could take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthea. And that song could have gone on and on and on for me. Absolutely beautiful. And I think sufficient enough to just fill our hearts with that wonderful feeling of love and that great desire now to be of service to the light. So we take our attention and place it upon our mighty beloved I Am Presence as we give it all power, love and authority. And as we say together, mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source so this may never act again. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our decree for protection. Beloved mighty I Am Presence, beloved Archangel Michael and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed, and what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. Together now we just visualize that mighty, powerful tube of light, protective pillar of pure light substance, white with the blue radiance surrounding each and every one of us. We see it around our loved ones, around this group, and around all constructive people, places, conditions, and things across the face of the earth. Thank you. Our important decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. In every court throughout the world, knowing that I am all powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it. And so it is, and it is done. Beloved I Am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I Am Presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Now, our very important violet fire decree, after which together we're going to just visualize our beloved earth completely saturated with this gift of the violet flame. Mighty I Am Presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause our mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now, as we fill ourselves with that wonderful feeling of ascended master victory, we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now we end off as we always do by making that call to the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, shining in the heavens for this 2,000-year period, that supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. So together now we just see that light, pink and golden rays from the secret love star, directed into every human heart, enfolding every man, woman, and child in that cosmic divine love. Expanding that feeling of unconditional love, of harmony and gratitude, of kindness and tolerance, of respect and courtesy, of goodwill, those feelings of unity, one brotherhood, Saint Germain's holy family. Together now we just visualize and see our entire earth, every nation and the entire nature kingdom bathed in these pink and golden flames, this pink and golden light, opening their hearts to receive this gift from the secret love star. As we fill our hearts with gratitude to all those beings that maintain this focus of the secret love star, we say, I am the presence filling my being and world, and that of all mankind, with light and love from the secret love star. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Antoinette. So as we know, it's just so important to hold the harmony, because that's really going to make the earth that shining star. Okay, so now we're going to read the closing invocation. And I was thinking, Jenny, would you like to read it?
Me, Anthea?
Yeah.
I'd love to, thank you. Beloved I am presence, and beloved Master Kuthumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness, so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Thank you. Lovely, Jenny. Bless your heart. All right, so that's it. We're just going to take another moment now to just feel love and gratitude, first and foremost to our own I am presence, for bringing us into these teachings, and to the great and beloved ascended ones, the angels and the elementals, and all life that serves us. Just send love and gratitude. And so thank you, everybody, for coming. Let me just stop the share. Whoops. Make it a bit bigger. Yeah, anyway, so love, thank you very much for coming. You feel free to put on your videos if you want.
It was really beautiful, Anthea. Thank you so much. And I loved the video with Amira. She really is gorgeous. And lots of love to everyone on this really auspicious peak of time for us today.
Yes, I forgot.
Love to all.
Well done, the 8th of the 8th. It is. Yeah, no, it is a very, I think a lot of sort of people that working in the light are focused today. So it may be a mighty influx of light. Yeah, for sure.
You know, hearing her sing reminded me a bit of Pavarotti. You know, when he opens his mouth, this glorious, joyful sound of music comes out, and all he does is have to open his mouth. And it was the same for her. No one expected what she would sound like. It was just absolutely lovely. Thank you.
It was. And, I don't know whether you understood, but she learned it off YouTube. She watched YouTubes, but she must have been a mighty, being in the, in the past, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So she just is absolutely phenomenal. Even now, I mean, she's been with loads of really famous people, but yeah, it is lovely. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week I'll play where she sings some of the Sound of Music songs. It's just beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, all of you in South Africa, for this beautiful service every Monday. We just treasure it. I love you. Bye-bye.
Lovely to have you, beloved Mickey, dear Mickey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anthea. It was just a wonderful service.
Oh, bless you, Roxanne. Lovely to have you, beloved. Thank you.
Thank you. I need to go for another Zoom call on the 8/8.
Yeah, lovely.
Lionsgate. Yeah.
Lionsgate, exactly.
Yes.
Anyway,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Coming.
Bye, Anthea.
Thank you for a marvelous service. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, beloved Donna, for reading always. Anyway, and well done for starting. Anyway, okay, everybody.
Thank you very much, Anthea, and thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, pleasure. Lovely to have you all.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you, Auntie. That was so super. Sending you lots of love, sending everyone love. Thank you.
Great, lovely. All right, so I think we'll end there. Does anybody else want to chat? Lovely to see you, Jade. I don't know whether they can hear. All right. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you. You too. God bless.
Lots of love. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
God bless. Bye.
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 Bye.